Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We're here in Halls of Torment now. I'm going to do a potion guide for you here today. So to unlock the potion vendor first, this gentleman over here, the cupbearer, you're going to have to come into the 3rd level. Forgotten Viaduct. He's in here. Just got to rescue him. It's a very, very easy mission that will unlock the cupbearer here. So this guy is the potion vendor. Now, there's a couple of interesting things you have to note with potions. First and foremost, you are going to have to unlock them. To do that, you need to do 2 things down here. Send bottles up through the well. Now, to do this, once you've unlocked the cupbearer here, you will get chests spawn from mini-bosses and elites and those sorts of enemy types. Sometimes it will contain a bottle here. You can send it up the well. Now, it does not take an additional item slot from your well, so you can just use 1 bucket and send 3 empty bottles up there if you really wanted to. Once you've used the bucket, though, this won't be available until you pick up another one along the way during your run. Now, the Gatherer's Charm is an item that he gives you. You can equip this to find the ingredients. So what you have to do, you have to send the bottles up through the well, and then you have to farm the ingredients to actually get these all the way leveled up. It's relatively simple. It is just a gear piece here. It is this thing down here. I got the green one, but you'll start with the regular one. It shows you the location of the herbs. Now, most of the regular ones can be found in the normal levels. However, there are some that require you to come into agony mode to farm. Now, you can just do agony 0 or 1 or whatever. You don't have to do high torment levels and that sort of thing. It's actually relatively straightforward to farm. Once you have that thing equipped, you can just come in here, load up a level, find your ingredients, find a couple of bottles, and rinse and repeat. So it is pretty straightforward. What I'm going to do now is just jump into a game, and I'm going to show you how you can use and abuse these potions to make yourself much more powerful during a run. So let's head into the game. Okay, guys, we're here in the run. Now, let me show you what we can do with some of these potions. First and foremost, Strong Wine just re-rolls all of your choices here, right? Nothing that crazy. Potion of Oblivion literally will get rid of one of these. Now, I kind of like that, but, as an example, it'll get rid of that and it will never come back. Now, if we have a look over here, we got a little button that allows us to show traits. This shows us the trait variant. So basically what this means is once we hit level 5, we have access to dedication number 1. If we have a look here, we have 4 different variants of dedication number 1, right? We have regen, we have health and defense, regen and health, and base move speed. Now, when you hit level 5, you're only allowed to select one of these normally, right? However, we can use our memory potions to keep this one locked in. And then once we re-roll, as you can see, it's pulled up the other dedication stuff. In fact, if we really wanted everything out of here, we could in fact go and even do this. Now, we didn't get it there. There we go. We could in fact take all 4 of these if we really wanted to. Now, I wouldn't recommend using all of your memory potions on your level 5 thing. Maybe 1, maybe 2 if you're really wanting to boost defensive stats early. Or your move speed. So taking this one on the cleric here especially can be really nice. Any slow character likes dedication 1, so But for example, if we take the dedication 1 here now, as we can see on the next level, the other 3 are still in here. So in theory and in practice, it actually works. We can, in fact, just take all 4 of them right there. You can do this with any trait that has variants. Okay, so weapon proficiency you can do it with. You can do it with the level 60 ones that have the different stances. You can do it with everything. Now, not every trait in here will have traits of variants, right? If you don't see a little thing and you can't click to get the variants to show up, then they don't have any trait variants. So this can be incredibly powerful. It allows you to hyper specialize into either one specific weapon type, one specific skill, one specific your main weapon if you really want to, or you could go super hard into HP and metabolism, or HP and regen, I should say. So you can do a bunch of different things with this. Not only that, it allows you to really build your character up pretty quickly during the run. So the first you know, 10 to 20 levels, you can start boosting quite a bit by doing that. Doing this now, just depends where you're at in the game. If you're earlier on in your journey through Halls of Torment, I think, you know, you could probably save them for a little bit later on, but you might also just want to boost up your move speed and damage output early on. So you can save them for the level 9 and or 10 variants of your skills that you have, the abilities that you have. Some of them can provide huge damage increases. So just depending on where you're at. Now, it's also worth mentioning here that if we get rid of weapon proficiency over here, the other variants of it can still come up, but we've now banished one, so there's now only 3 options here, right? So you can also use your banishing potions to get rid of some of the trait variants, but it won't get rid of all of the traits. Like, it won't get rid of weapon proficiency, but it will get rid of whichever one I got rid of. Weapon proficiency one, I can't remember what it was called off the top of my head. So we can reroll, we can banish, we can duplicate, and we can use the memory trickery right there. So what are the other potions used for? We can re-roll our chests. We can re-roll our chests and our choices from the scroll. So we can do that as well. It's nice to be able to have those. Now, there's nothing really super tricky you can do with those. I mean, you're just re-rolling for gear drops. Now, you could, if you're farming... If you're trying to farm chests for ingredients early game, you can farm up and then sort of reset the run and rinse and repeat if you really want to do it like that way. So we've got the splinters now. As you can see, we have the different variants in the skills here as well, or the abilities here as well. So, and of course, we can duplicate them with our potions over here. So if I wanted to dupe the range on that, not that I would do range, that's probably the worst one to to dupe, to be honest. Duping magic damage early on the cleric is not necessarily a bad idea either, but... Okay, so I do want to also point out one more thing. If we have a look at the Gatherer's Charm, the white one is just regular 10 movement speed, right? If we have a look at these other ones, we get to refill potions every 8 health potions collected, or refill potions every 3 minutes. What does this mean? We can use our duplication tincture early on if we want to, then wait 3 minutes and have it refilled, and do that once every 3 minutes. If we really wanted to duplicate, instead of using our memory potions early, we could use something like this. Now, unfortunately, something like Bloodcatcher, man, it just provides so much power, so I don't know if you really want to necessarily use this deep into the end game, but it does make for some interesting building potential with your potions, so... It's worth keeping your eye out for these ones in the end game, but early on, the white one is the one you're going to get. Okay, so there's a quick potion guide for you. Hopefully that is helpful. If it's useful at all, smash like and subscribe. We'll be back on the channel soon with more Halls of Torment content. Let me know if there's any other type of content you want to see, more guides, anything else that you like to see for this game, just let me know. And with that, I hope you have a fantastic, amazing day. Take it easy.